Hey guys, we have completed the registration and login part of our project. So now it's time to focus on the blog part. So in this lecture we're going to learn how to create a blog, save it, view it, and also show the list of blogs that have been created by any specific user. Alright, so that is our main goal in this lecture. So I have written code that's going to make us do it. So if you first focus on write-blog.html page, this is the entire blog application. This is the entire blog part that is going to help us to build our form for entering blog information. So if you see, like we have done for registration and login, there is a form, and inside it there is a form group elements of div class, and div elements of form group class, and then we have here is the title part, and this is the body part. If you see the object, this is the type of element input, but this is of text area. And now we have the button which is going to submit all of the information that has been entered in here using a method post. If you observe here is the class CKEditor. Alright, this is a very important thing, right? Because we're going to use this CKEditor. We have to install and do it, which we are going to do in a little time, which we are going to do shortly. So, and the next thing is, after we have written it and saved, which means submitted the blog that we have written here, we're gonna save it inside our database. And after saving it, so let's go to the application part. Alright, let's go to the write-blogs function. Here is the write_blog function. So here we're gonna access this method. The very first thing is we're gonna check whether it's post or not. If not, this is a get request, we're gonna return this HTML page. If it is a post request, we're gonna access the form data, and we're gonna squeeze the data out of it: title, body, and the author who is actually logged in. So here is where the session comes to use, and we're gonna create the cursor and execute this statement. What it will do, it will save the data, what the data is: the title, the body, and the author who has written this application. Title, body, and author. Alright, and after this we're gonna commit the command changes and then close the cursor. We're gonna show the flash message and then redirect him to the index. So what happens at the index? If you come up here, you can actually see the code. Here we're gonna list all the blogs that has been written by the logged in user. So here we're gonna access the cursor and we're gonna select star from blog. So then if result is greater than 0, which means if there are any records inside the database, we're going to fetch all of them, and then we're going to close the cursor, but then we are going to actually return it by actually passing the blogs data that we have got from the database. Alright, if we haven't found any result, we're going to close the cursor and return it just the empty index.html. So we have brought some changes to our index.html page. Let's go and view them. So here is our index.html. So apart from the extending base.html and the blog subcontent, we're actually going to do some Python stuff here using Jinja 2 template engine syntax. We're going to check whether there is a blogs is filled or not. If there is anything, we're going to loop it, because this blogs variable is kind of a list because it contains multiple items inside it. So we're going to loop it and we're going to actually view every one of it. So what are we going to do here is we're actually going to create a link here. If you see a tag, this is a link which will be viewed as the title, but the link is located to blog slash and the ID of the blog. Alright, we're gonna refer this to, and we're gonna show him or her who has written the blog, and that's it. If there is no blogs variable or the blogs variable is empty, we're gonna say no blogs have been written yet. Alright, so what happens when we actually click on it, which means when we access this part. So let's go there, blogs / here. This is the part where we're gonna actually access it. So what we're going to do is we're gonna create a cursor, access the blog application, the blog post, which matches this ID, and this part will be replaced by the ID because we have used the Python formatting. So if there is any result, we're gonna fetch that thing, the first one, which means the one that matches the ID, and we are gonna show it. alright, but here the HTML is blogs.html. So let's go ahead and view it. Blogs.html, here we're gonna actually see it. We're gonna have the title being viewed, and then the body, and then also who has written the blog. This is a very important because we're actually viewing the entire blog post in a single page here. Alright, so now what we're going to do, let's go ahead and run it, but there is one single thing that we have to do it still. What I have mentioned that we have used the CK editor here, so we need to actually install it. So let's go into our command line terminal. Yeah, after coming here, what we need to do is we need to run a command pip install flask dash ck editor. Sorry, the command is wrong, I haven't got the C. So flask dash ck editor. So just wait until this installation finishes. Yeah, it is successfully installed. So now what we need to do is go ahead into the app.py, come up to here, and we need to import it. Alright, how we have done for flask underscore bootstrap, we're gonna do the same thing. Flask underscore ck editor import ck editor. Alright, come down here, ck editor of app. Alright, after doing this, save this thing, and now what we're going to do is go to the base.html, come down here, create a new block. Now what is this going to say? Wait, here block head, and we also need to end this block and block, and then inside this what we're going to say is ck editor dot load, and after this just say super. Alright, this is gonna call the super function inside the ck editor dot load, and that will give us the the editor that we need. Alright, after this inside the blogs dot yeah, we have given it. Alright, ck editor, that's fine for us. So I think we are good to go. So let's go ahead and run our application. So python app.py. Okay, it says wt forms import text area field. Okay, it says there is a small error being found, no module named wt form. So let's go ahead and install that thing for us. Pip install wt forms. Now you can go ahead and run your Python application. Yeah, now it is running. So come back here. So if you can actually go to the right dash blog page, yeah, now you can see the editor actually being much more realistic. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create something like sunrise, and then I'm going to say the sunrise is hope for life. Yeah, now just submit this thing. Okay, it says Kiara first name. What does it do? It says okay, it poses some error for us. So while logging in, we have set our session first name. Yeah. Okay, what's the problem here? Okay, we need to log in before we do that. All right, so localhost, no blogs have been written yet, so go to login, and I'm gonna say frank underscore 123, and the password is 123 abc. Now I'm logged in. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write dash blogs. Wait, write dash blog. Yeah, I'm gonna say sunrise, and then say the sunrise is hope for a life. Yeah, now submit this. Okay, if you see this, the index page successfully posted, we actually have this thing here. So if you click on it, you can actually see the blog title, the blog body, and who has written it. Frank Hofstadter, he's the user. Alright, in this way we can actually create and view the blogs, the list of blogs in the index.html. Alright, so this is a very effective way. So go ahead and try your approach, and let's get to the next lecture.